struggling with back pain, there are ways you can treat it. News 3 Now this morning's Stanford and Leah Linscheid join us with more.
Back pain, it's pretty common, and it seems almost everyone has dealt with it at some point in their lives.
So Dr. Roopa Shah from SSM Health is here with us again to talk about what we can do to treat it. Now, there are a couple of main types of back pain. Can you break those down for us?
Yeah, sure. So the first type we refer to is called mechanical, or that muscular type of back pain. This is by far the most common cause that most people suffer from. It's primarily from the muscles, the ligaments, the joints, and the bones that support our spine. This type of pain is typically in the low back. It can radiate sometimes to the buttocks or the upper thighs. It'll feel different based on your activity, motion, that sort of thing. The other type that people could suffer from is what we call radicular pain. Most people know this as sciatica. This is when a nerve becomes impinged or inflamed, and it will follow what we call a dermatome, or a specific nerve root. Typically, this can kind of go down your buttock into your leg, and it'll be a sharp electric type of feeling, or like a burning type of pain. And it'll usually be on one side of your body.
So you can hurt your back, obviously, by exercising, lifting heavy things, but you can also hurt your back from just sitting. Is that right?
Yeah, so what we don't realize is that when we're sitting, we're putting pressure on each of those vertebral and spinal segments of our back. We're also reducing the strength of the supporting muscles of our upper and lower back when we sit. And we're also getting decreased nutrient supply to the spinal tissues, which can also lead to back problems and back stiffness. So when you sit on the edge of your chair and you're hunched forward towards your computer, you're putting a lot more strain on your spine, which again leads to that stiffness and pain that a lot of people notice at the end of a long workday. And if you're sedentary, these changes will be very much exacerbated, causing increased stiffness, which can even develop within maybe even an hour of sitting.
Now, I've dealt with back pain a few different times in my life, and it was right when I was carrying our babies a lot. They start to get bigger, and you favor one side, and you get a little bit out of whack, and I know how painful it can be, so this is really good information. Dr. Shah, tell us what we could do about back pain if we start to suffer it, you know, if we're carrying babies, or if we're sitting wrong, or overexerting ourselves, however it may be.
Yeah, so a lot of us are doing a lot more sitting currently. So the one thing you want to do is really focus on your posture, whether you're working at home or at the office. You should really be striving for a good upright posture when you sit. Roll your shoulders back with over your ears, so they're kind of your ears and your shoulders are aligned. Make sure your upper arms are parallel to your torso. If you're sitting in an office chair, try to avoid sitting back and using the backrest too much. When you do that, you're not using the muscles of your back, so you really want to activate those core muscles when you sit. And then the other thing I would recommend is every hour, try and get up and move. These micro movements throughout the day are super important and will kind of prevent some of that stiffness at the end of the day. So even if you can take 5 or 10 minutes every hour just to get up, walk around, or do some stretches, it will really help improve your symptoms.
All right. Dr. Roopa Shah, if anybody's looking for you on social media, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shah.
All right, Dr. Shah, thanks for joining us.